Good morning all. Welcome to lecture 7 of semiconductors. Today we are going to discuss about PN type semiconductors, formation of PN junction diode and the junction diode when connected in forward and reverse bias conditions. So in the earlier classes we have discussed about P-type and N-type semiconductors. A brief overview about it again. So if this is a P-type semiconductor, holes are the majority charge carriers, electrons are the minority charge carriers, and it has acceptor ions. Similarly, if we take a P-type N-type semiconductor, electrons are the majority charge carriers, holes are the minority charge carriers, and in addition to this, they also contain donor ions. Now if I take a p-type and n-type blocks and merge together, so this is a p-type block and this is an n-type block. The moment I combine these two blocks, so there will be a flow of charge carriers. So in the earlier classes we have discussed there are two types of current mechanisms. One is through diffusion and another one is through drift. So diffusion is in the absence of external magnetic field, the flow of charge carriers from higher concentration region to lower concentration region. So as I said, holes are the majority charge carriers in this P region. So holes will be moving from P-type to N-type. Similarly, as electrons are the majority charge carriers in N-type, they move from N-type region to P-type. So when this hole and electron will recombine across the junction region will be left over only with the acceptor ions and the donor ions. Since ions are the immobile because they are resultant of the addition of impurities to a semiconductor which is very, very small in quantity, across the junction region, it is left over with only the immobile ions. So therefore, after some time due to the diffusion, there will be a potential barrier since the flow of charge carriers will stop. So this is called as potential barrier, and inside this barrier it is left over with only the immobile ions. We call it as depletion region. Depletion of the majority charge carriers. So now on formation of PN junction, electrons, a PN junction is formed if donor impurities are introduced into one side and acceptor impurities into the other side of a single crystal of semiconductor. Initially, there are P-type carriers to the left side of the junction and N-type carriers to the right side, as shown in the earlier figure. On formation of PN junction, electrons from N layer and holes from P layer diffuse towards the junction and recombination takes place at the junction and leaves an immobile positive donor ions at N side and negative acceptor ions at P side. So a potential barrier develops at the junction whose voltage is 0.3 volts for germanium and 0.7 volts for silicon. Then further diffusion stops and results a depletion region at the junction. So now, since the region of the junction is depleted of mobile charge carriers, it is called the depletion region or the space charge region or the transition region. The thickness of this region is of the order of 0.5 micrometers, means very, very small. Now, this is the circuit symbol of PN junction diode. So this is the, earlier was the block diagram, now it is the circuit symbol. This is anode and this is cathode. Arrowhead indicates the direction of the conventional flow. So it is a unidirectional element. Current only starts from positive terminal to negative terminal, but it won't allow the current to flow from negative terminal to positive terminal. This line indicates the blockage of current. So PN junction diode is connected in forward or reverse bias conditions. What is the need of biasing the circuit? Means, as said in current mechanisms, we have already discussed the diffusion process. Diffusion is only due to the majority charge carriers. After some time, there will be a depleted region across the junction. So which prevents the further flow of charge carriers. Now, in order to get the current across the junction, we need to apply an external biasing, external potential to the circuit, to the diode, so that the electrons or the holes will cross over that barrier and current will flow across the diode. The supplying of that external potential to the electrons and holes is through the biasing or by connecting the external potential to the PN junction diode. So this connection of this potential can be done in two ways. One is the forward biasing and another one is the reverse biasing. So we can say that the diode is connected in the forward bias when P-type of the diode is connected to the positive terminal of the battery and N-type is connected to the negative terminal of the battery. So working of a PN junction diode. Since it is connected in the forward bias, holes will be attracted towards the positive terminal and electrons will be attracted towards the move from positive terminal, and holes will move towards the negative terminal. So when these holes and electrons will get the external potential from the biasing supply that we are applying, holes will cross over this barrier and move towards the N region and across the circuit, and which is the negative terminal. Similarly, the electrons will gain the potential from this external supply, cross over this barrier, enter the P region and moves over this external circuit and reaches the positive barrier. So when the junction is connected in the forward bias, the depleted region width will decrease. So that is what we are explaining through this mechanism. An external battery applied with positive on P side and negative on N side is said to be in the forward bias condition. The holes on P side repel from positive bias. The electrons on N side repel from negative bias. The majority charge carriers driven towards the junction. This results in reduction of depletion layer width and barrier potential. As the applied bias steadily increases from 0 onwards, the majority charge carriers attempts to cross over the junction. Holes from P side flow across the negative terminal onto the N side, and electrons from N side flow across to the positive terminal on the P side. As the external bias exceeds the junction barrier, in case of 0.3 for germanium and 0.7 for silicon, the current starts to increase at an exponential rate. Now, a little increase in the forward bias will cause steep rise in the majority current. The device simply behaves as low resistance path. Now, the features of PN junction connected in forward bias are, it behaves like a low resistor, means the opposition will be very, very less. Similarly, the current is mainly due to the flow of majority charge carriers across the junction, and potential barrier and the depletion layer is reduced. So this is the advantage of the PN junction connected in forward bias. Now, another way of biasing the circuit is PN junction diode connected in reverse biasing. So PN junction diode connected in reverse bias means the P type of the diode is connected to the negative terminal of the battery. Similarly, N type is connected to the positive terminal of the battery. So this is known as reverse biasing condition, reversing the polarities. Now the working is, holes will be attracted towards the negative terminal, which are the majority carriers of P side. Similarly, electrons, which are the majority charge carriers in N type, will be attracted towards the positive terminal. So the majority charge carriers will be attracting towards the positive terminals, means the width of the depleted region increases. So external bias voltage applied with positive on N side and negative on P side. This reverse bias aids the internal field. The majority charge carriers, that is holes on P side and electrons on N side, attracted by the negative and positive terminals of the supply respectively. This widens the depletion layer width and strengthens the barrier potential. Few hole electron pairs are created due to thermal agitation. As a result, small current flows across the junction called as reverse saturation current. And the range of this reverse saturation current is microamps for germanium and nanoamps for silicon. Behaves as a high impedance element, which is reverse bias. So earlier it was low resistance, but here it is high impedance element. Further rise in the reverse bias causes the collapse of junction barrier called breakdown of the diode. This causes sudden increase in the flow of carriers across the junction and causes abrupt increase in the current. So see here, the doped region and n-doped region, space charge region, the width of the space charge region increases in the reverse bias condition, and the junction properties contains immobile ions. The region is depleted of the mobile charge carriers. This region is called the depleted region or transition region. It is in the order of 1 micron width. The cut-in voltage is 0.3 volts for germanium and 0.6 volts for silicon, which is already discussed. and the reverse saturation current doubles for every 10 degrees Celsius rise in temperature. Forward resistance is in the order of ohms. The reverse saturation resistance is in the order of mega ohms. The transition region increases with reverse bias. This region also is considered as variable capacitor and known as transition capacitance. So this is about the junction diode connected in forward and reverse bias conditions. Thank you.